I heard both of you say, and for all those who are, that are listening, what I heard both of you say is retirement. What I would love for both of you to do is put a number with that. Because when we say something like retirement or walking away from another job or building a house or getting, whatever it is that we attach that to, which sometimes equates to freedom, it's not about the retirement, it's about what that vision of retirement looks like. We oftentimes are fearful of attaching a number to it because then that becomes a true, then you are a CEO of your business working for a financial goal. And so that we don't need to do that right now, but I would love for you with your strategy call. When we do a strategy call, I'm not going to say if, but when we do a strategy call, that is something that we're going to dig into. That's something that I do dig into people when it comes to strategy is, I lived my life in spreadsheets for the last how many ever years. And that being said, if we take our business as this thing that's off there, that's over there, then we're never going to get there. And I'm not saying we need to say, oh, tomorrow I need to be making $50,000 a month, but we can say eventually this is what I need to be making. Then we can set those goals monthly. So in order to get there, we have to get our network up, right, Linda? Like we have to get more people. So how do we do that? How do we get more people in front of us? All companies who are representing a product do a presentation of some type. No matter, we can call Super Bowl commercials a presentation. That's exactly what they are. They're a company saying, this is our product, this is why it works, this is why you should buy it, right? So when we are looking at what we're doing with Bella Grace, we also have to think, how are we presenting this product to the world, our customers, our people, whatever it is? And there's two ways you can do it that we're going to focus on tonight. Obviously, there's tons of social media training out there. Brian Fryer's on our back office. He's an expert in social media. By all means, get in there and learn that. If you haven't learned it yet, just go into your resources in the back office. I believe there's 5 videos. You can watch them and he will train you how to engage on social media with the traction marketing. But we're going to talk about tonight is actually doing an event, a real event where you're presenting who the company is, what we are, how the product has helped you, and how it can help other people. You can either do these in person, meaning you can actually go to a venue in your home, in someone else's home, even in a vendor event, but you're going to want to have what you're going to say down. You're going to want to know what to say. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. The other way you can do it if you don't do it in person is you can do it virtually. So you can invite anyone, everyone throughout the entire United States, actually Canada right now too, they can buy from us, and Australia. You can invite them to a Zoom call and we can go live and support you. And we can help you. You can call it launching your business. You can call it sharing the product. You can call it, whatever you want to call it. You can get creative. If you've never done one before, we usually traditionally, the first one we call your launch because of the fact that you're letting people know one-on-one virtually what it is that you're actually representing, right? What is the product that you're presenting? I'm going to get into the actual presentation first, and then we're going to talk about what you do before the presentation and what you do after. And actually, what you do before and what you do after are the two most important things. But I do want to share the presentation part with you, the meat, as far as what you would present out, so that you can get comfortable with it, ask questions, really, like get it in your gut. Most of you probably already have these things in your gut. There's 5 parts to the presentation. One is the welcome and your why. Hey, I'm Linda. I just wanted to let you all know that I've started this business. I've jumped into with Bella Grace and partnered with them because of the fact that I saw a product that was helping my friend and I thought maybe it could help me too. And it has. It has helped me. I love the product. This is what it's done for me and my husband. And what I'm really excited about is where we're going in the future. So that's just storytelling, guys. That's your welcome. That's your why. And that is letting them know why you're here. Got to keep it short, right? People want to hear your story, but if your story's too long, they're going to zone out. The average Super Bowl commercial, I think, is like 23 seconds. They're telling us an entire story in 23 seconds, no matter if we know the brand or not. And that's because Americans' attention span is about that. Reels on Facebook have to be at least 7 seconds. I can tell you there are times when I get ready to post something and I'm like, oh, it's not 7 seconds. the heck? So I have to do something creative to make it longer than 7 seconds. So with your welcome and your why, find that meat, that core. And the meat is what they're going to connect with. The meat is about, I'm doing this because eventually I want to retire my husband a little earlier. It has helped me and my husband. It's helped with our discomfort. I didn't expect that. What you said there, Linda, with I didn't expect it, connects you immediately with the consumer because they probably don't expect it either. Yes, I expected hair and nails. I didn't expect relief from my discomfort. You can even throw a little hook. I don't know if you have any discomfort, but if so, you're going to want to listen when we're talking about the product. So guys, I'm actually recording this and I'm going to send it around so all of you can listen to these word choices again. So if you don't take notes by all means, but those little simple words of encouragement and also of engagement is all about them. People do want to know about you because they relate to humans and we all happen to be humans. So they want to know, well, what can this product do for me? You know, I've been on this product for, I've been using the Bellatrim. I've lost 10 pounds. Don't tell them that you're at a plateau. Don't tell them that you're at that part. And I think usually the reason we say those things is because we don't want to be out of integrity. You don't want to lie to them. But really what's important to them is, can they lose weight on this product? Yes, they can. The skincare is great. This is why I love it. You can, anything that you connect with the product, because some people might have a really good skincare story. I have a great elixir story. So I want to include the skincare in my why. I would include the elixir, although I am going to talk to them about the other products, but that's part of my why. So step number one is your welcome and your why. Always thank them for coming. I'm so happy you chose to spend a little bit of time with us tonight, coming over to my home, whatever, being here at this event, or, hopping on this Zoom, right? If you can't, well, we'll get to the invitation in a minute. Number two, after number one, welcome and why. Number two is a little bit about the company. What I share about the company might be different. Like we'll dig in a little bit. I always say we're owned by a group of founders who are focused on wellness and beauty and who are debt-free. We don't have a venture capitalist. We don't have anyone backing us other than the people's faces that we see. And that is a very powerful thing for me. That's all I really say about the company. But I've worked for companies where you never see the man behind the curtain. You never know who's making the decisions. You can share whatever your personal connection is to the founders. I find the founders to be X, whatever it is. They're all in. I mean, we have a call tonight at 8 o'clock. I can't wait to see what they bring us tonight. Karen Keeney is going to be on there, by the way. So, the founders join us every week. The founders join us every week, whatever that is. So just work on those things so that you know what it is that excites you about the founders. If you don't know, if you're like, I don't even know the founders, they don't know them from Adam, then we'll help you with those word choices so that you have something good. Debt-free, obviously we're manufactured by one of the number one manufacturers in the United States. All kinds of things that we can sprinkle in there. But once again, we want to keep it simple and succinct so that we're quickly moving into number three, which is the products. So products is where you're going to do your education. Products is different than your why and your welcome, right? That's all you. That's all heart. That's all story. Those are things you might need to practice a little bit and get your story down. But when you move into number three, that's when you're going to want to be able to deliver the right words. And guys, have a cheat sheet. Have a real astaxanthin. Can I tell you how long it got me? I got to be able to say that.
Yeah.
I probably still mess it up. But, when I talk about the elixir, I just simply say, you know what? I dove into this business because of the elixir, because of the fact that I was looking for a collagen. We have the number one collagen that the efficacy, let me just rephrase this for you. Our collagen has the number one efficacy tested collagen in the world. That means it performs the best with the human body. That means that when tested with the human body, it is most likely to bind and do what we want collagen to do. Make our hair grow, help us with inflammation, make our nails grow. All the reasons that people are using collagen. That's one of the benefits of our collagen. Number two, cat's claw, anti-inflammatory. from a bark in the Amazon. They soak this bark out and they drink the tea to reduce inflammation. Our doctor went down and said, number one anti-inflammatory in this region. Let's get it into our product. So that is the reason. The second reason it's a powerful elixir. The third is the Astareal astaxanthin, and that has to do with antioxidants. But the most powerful thing about that is it helps the other two products merge with your body so that then you create that power of three when you take the elixir. One of the things that I would do, break away from presentation here a second. One of the things that I would do during your presentation is I would actually rip open the elixir and I would actually take it right there in front of them. Listen, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how we take this product. I take it 2 times a day.
I do too.
My rings actually used to not do this at all. I couldn't get it off. I couldn't get it was stuck on my finger. I also had to have it sized down a size. So yes, I have lost 50 pounds just for y'all on this call. So, but that has a lot to do with the elixir as well. Because I started a really healthy lifestyle about the time that we decided to launch this company. So number one, that's the elixir, guys. If you can get that down to, there's 3 things in it: an anti-inflammatory, an antioxidant, and the number one efficacy tested collagen in the world. Just those 3 things, deliver it like that, that's succinct, then you're telling them why this product works, right? I did a few more words, but overall, the synopsis, I want to know what the product is. Next, skincare. Go in and learn the 3 steps. We have a cleanser, a serum, and a moisturizer. We have 3 steps. They are all proven to help with, fine lines and wrinkles. They help with the plumping. It helps our skin shed the old, bring the new. There's so much information about the skincare out there. I use the skincare from here to here. You can't even see that. From here to here. Every night I moisturize because I'm 54 and my neck is where I show most of my age. So it's a product that helps us from here to here. Do you have a new product coming out in April? And I would just drop that and leave it there. Make them ask what it is. Unless it's April, then you can tell them. We have a lip product that is absolutely amazing. And then, of course, in addition to that, we have our Bellatrim, which is a weight management product. It's plant-based, it's all natural, ridiculously economical, and we can share stories if you would like to hear about people who have experienced success on it. That's really where I would drop the product presentation. I don't know, how long have we been on now? It's 7:29. So the reason that we want to keep that short and simple, and by the way, in your launch, like for example, Melissa and I are doing hers. I can do the product presentation. One of us can do the product presentation for you or for your newbies. If you have someone new, you might want to do the product presentation for them. But the purpose of me being on that call, I have one job when I join Melissa's call for her and her friends, and that is to edify Melissa. That's it. I love her. I am here to support her. I am proud that she's my partner. I'm not here to know more than her. I'm not here to do anything other than to let these people know that they need to partner with Melissa Garcia. So that's step 3, products. Step 4 are 3, how can they engage with us? So you just heard us chat a little bit about why I'm doing this, a little bit about the company, and a little bit about the products. If you have any questions, by all means, ask the questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll get the answers for you and get back with you as quickly as possible. That one statement gives you permission not to know everything, gives your newbies permission not to know everything. It takes the pressure off of you. If I'm doing this presentation and I need to study for hours, no, you absolutely do not. The most powerful thing you can do for someone during a presentation is say, it's a really great question. I've actually never had it before. It's brilliant. And I'll get back with you with the answer, and then get back with them. How many times do we reach out to a company and ask them a question about a product and we never hear from them? Or we don't even reach out because we figure we're never going to hear from them. So you being available, if they say, hey, do you think I can take this if I have this allergy? Or, do you think I can take this if I have this or that? We can say, listen, we can't make any medical claims. You need to check with your doctor on certain things. However, You know, we have lots of women who have a lactose intolerance that are taking this product, right? You know, I can't recommend it to you, but I can share with you my friends, you know, who do take it. So we just have to be careful. You all know that. You know that probably better than I do. So how can you engage with us? You can become our customer. We're looking for customers. Customers are our favorite people. Second way, you can actually get your product for free as our customer. It's our product's more economical on subscription because we believe if you're taking the product every month, you're going to benefit, and we want to benefit you financially. So we give you a discount if you order it every month. Then the next way you can engage with us is you can get your product for free, right? You get your product every month. You get 3 people who get their product every month. You get your product for free. That's customers. That's our loyalty program. We do that so that you, as our loyal customer, actually get rewarded for bringing us other customers, just like Sky Miles, just like any other loyalty program, right? You can also decide that you might want to use this. You heard me talk a little bit about my vision and my why in the beginning. You might be sitting there going, wow, I wonder if that's something I could connect to my vision and my why and things that I want in my life. If you're sitting here and you're curious about that, obviously we'd love to chat with you and see if this is something that you could mesh into your life. So those are the 3 things I talk about, guys. I talk about the customer, single, the 3 and free, and then I talk about the opportunity. I know you're probably wondering, does she not talk about the influencer? I don't.
Mm-mm.
And here's why. If there's someone that I'm talking to on that call who's truly an influencer, yes. I'm not anti-influencer. I just really want people to be in this game to earn money. And sometimes people, you know, the influencer like, oh, I'm just getting in to get the packs at a discount or whatever. I don't know. I think I would like a little skin in the game. And by the way, you can do it any way you want. You can be like, hey, you can be a customer, an influencer. But if they're truly not an influencer, they're then they're really a customer. And that's just something that I've recognized in the last 2 years of doing this business. You know, if they're not out really sharing their link and really doing things and really, you know, working for that 30% off on their product as an influencer, they're really just a glorified customer. That's it. Now, if you're sitting here thinking, yeah, but Mary, they can order their packs. Absolutely go for it. Packs are great. If you're like, they want to order the packs, but they don't want to, you know, they don't want to pay the $49, your business, do it your way. But I am going to let you know that influencer volume does not count towards your trip to Cabo. So I don't want you to get hoodwinked. I don't want you to be disappointed, grumpy, or mad at Mary because of the fact that you didn't know. We didn't know in November that that's the way they were going to build it out. So once we found out, we shifted. So for me, it's just easier to extract that so no one's ever disappointed and then manage it individually. I don't want to do it on a presentation because I think it confuses your audience.
Mhm.
But if you want a one-on-one offer that, go for it, right? My hope is that there's 20 people on this Zoom for you. So we want to talk as general as we can so that we're creating a template for when they're sitting there listening, they're going, oh, I can talk to my friends about 5 steps and 3, you know, a couple ways they can join. I think free is great. So that's the purpose. And then step 5 is your close and your thank you. Can't wait to hear how you're going to engage with us tonight. Can't wait to hear your questions. Hopefully, maybe you've had some questions along the way. Sometimes on Zoom, guys, I got to be honest, people don't ask questions, especially if they don't know each other. So don't get discouraged if they're not asking questions. Hey, I know sometimes you don't like, I always edify. Sometimes people don't like to ask questions on Zoom. Please private message me or text me if you're sitting here and you're wondering something and you just don't want to, or maybe they're driving, or maybe they're sitting there trying to not let their husband know that they're on a call when they're really supposed to be doing something with him, which is 9 times out of 10 what women are doing. And men too, by the way. My husband, I always look around, I'm like, what are you watching now? We're watching a movie together. What are you doing? Right? Like, I'm watching the movie by myself. And then the close is literally letting them know, or the thank you is like, listen, my business is nothing without my customers. My business is nothing without your referral. When you're sitting here tonight, You might have been thinking about someone with inflammation or who can benefit from our skin, who might be really struggling with losing those extra lbs. Your referrals are powerful. So I would encourage you, even if this product isn't something that you want to do, who do you know that could benefit from it? That's the close. There's always a little takeaway with the close, because you're saying, well, if it's not right for you, if you don't want to lose weight or you don't want to feel better, of course they want to lose weight or feel better, right? Then immediately they lean in and they see. So that's just a 5-step presentation, guys. That's all there is to it. Melissa and I were chatting today, and I realized that I had not presented this out to our team. I also want to type it up with some bullet points under it so that you all can have an actual outline. I don't do scripts because I don't believe in scripts. I believe that each of you has your own individual heart and your own individual story, but I can do an outline for you. But I want to breathe for a minute there and just kick it over to y'all and see what questions you have.
I think this is amazing. Your verbiage is like, I'm sitting here in awe right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. If I could master some of that, I would be super excited and happy, especially with the products. So I'm glad you're going to do some like bullets and I agree with you with scripting because everybody's heart is different and you always want to speak from your heart. So thank you. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you. I've done over 1,800 presentations in my lifetime. And my mom said I was born to talk.
Oh, no, not at all.
My dad was like, she's got the gift of gab. I was, because they were quiet people. And then I came out there like, what the heck is this thing?
I love how concise you can make it. That's what really, because I know that I will just make an hour presentation and that's not what anybody wants or needs. But, so those words are really good. And I feel like, okay, so now that I've heard it, it just gives a different confidence to, okay, I can do this,
Yeah, I like that you were very concise, kept it simple, direct to the point. But and I like outlines too, because that's what I do when I do a live. Is I'll just do little bullet points and kind of stick it on where I can look at it, so it doesn't look like I'm reading it, and it keeps me on track too, because I can be like, yeah, exactly, and it keeps me on track because you can go off, on bunny trails, but when you've got bullets or an outline, you're like, okay, gotta, so you don't get off track and bring out the things you intended to bring out, the points that you want to make. So that's perfect.
Anytime you start feeling, look at their faces on a Zoom, like read the crowd. You've probably been in a presentation where you're like, dude needs to read the crowd. Like, what is he doing? Like everyone in the room is looking around uncomfortable, right? So that's really, please don't overanalyze their faces either, because some people might have to go to the bathroom. That's a joke, but whatever. Like there's like times when you're just like, yeah, I'm going to nail these 5 points. And then I would encourage you all to reach out to each other and practice, right? Write down your notes, write down your bullet points for your 5-step, and then practice. And of course, the very first one, let us support you. Let us come in. You do your welcome and your why. You do whatever portion you want, but then also blend it in with a partner, right? Hey, and I'm going to have Dawn. She's going to share with you a little bit about the product. And then that way, one voice, even as long as I talked right there, your ears got tired of my voice. Your ears got tired of hearing one voice. It was too long. That's not the way we like to connect. So just keep that in mind. I know we have this 8 o'clock call, so I want to go to the 2 most important things, the 2 most vital things about every virtual event or in person. And the first one is the invitation. I got to tell you all the power of invitation. Maybe it's because I grew up as a Christian, and 3 times a week we got the invitation. 3 times a week, that preacher was in front of us, inviting whoever was in the crowd that night, the audience, and I grew up in a little tiny country church, those people to come forward and do what they needed to do to get themselves into heaven. And this isn't about religion. So if they're on there and you're listening to this, like, oh, this is a religious company. No, it's about the power of invitation. The power of invitation is saying, I have something and I want you to benefit from it. That's the power of invitation. And so when you're thinking about who you're going to invite to either your in-person event or your virtual event, you have to invite them with that confidence that you have something and they're going to benefit from it. And you can even use those words in an invitation. Hey, Lisa, I found something and it's really helping me. I think you can benefit. Could you hop on a call Friday or whatever, Thursday night at 7 p.m.? And just here, I think you might really think this is something that could really help you. Right? That's a lot of I thinks, sorry. But you know what I'm saying. Type it out, copy and paste it, personal invitation, voice text it to people. Do not blanket in one group message. Do not throw it on your wall on Facebook with a Zoom link and expect they're going to show up. They're not. People show up because of personal invitation and because they believe that you care if they're there. If you care if they're there, it would make a big difference to me if you would show up. I'd love to hear what you think. Those words, that gets people to show up. We're being plastered with things all the time, but do people really care for there? I don't know. I care if everybody in the world has reduced inflammation, better gut, like Dawn, whatever it is. I think that powerful part of what you're going to do when you're reaching out to people, that's what's going to get them to show up. So you're going to have to make your list with who you're going to invite. And finding a list is, hold on, sorry, 1 second. Bri? Oh, okay, good. Sorry, I just saw the puppy come around the corner. We have a new box here, puppy. Melissa, have you seen Scarlett yet?
Oh,
Hold on.
So cute. Oh my gosh, look at her.
Hello.
he's so
Hi,
cute.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Or be
oh, awesome. Sorry.
I
Oh,
looked out
she's
and I saw the
adorable.
puppy down here and I'm like, she should not be down here alone.
Super
So
cute.
making your list and being intentional about your invitation is important. Your intentional word choices with your 5-step presentation. Guys, I built a multi-million-dollar business only because of invitation. The end. I recruited Karen Keeney, Melissa, because of invitation. If you have a group, if you don't have a customer Facebook group yet, please get one and start inviting people and then giving them value inside that group. Hey, this is a story. Here's a link for the Wednesday night, testimonials, whatever it is, just start giving them value. But those invitations, money. If you're sitting here and you're thinking, who am I going to invite? Don't stress your brain out right now. You've taken a lot of information in, but make it a priority tomorrow to get your invitation list together and make it a priority tomorrow to get your date set for your in-person or your virtual. You're not doing that alone. Melissa or I'll do one with you. Melissa and I are doing one for her on the 19th. So we have one booked for her. And I know you might be sitting here going, oh, great, I'll go to hers and then I'll do mine after. I'm not going to give you that out. I challenge you to do it earlier. I'm available during the day. I'm available during the night. We can do one during the day and during the night. You can give people 2 time options. You might be saying, well, some of my friends can come during the day. Great, let's do 2. We could be sitting in a chair during the day or during the night, right? I have girlfriends who I'm going to share this with you. I had a cabbie party the other day. I thought no one's going to come to this thing. I'm just doing it as a gift to my friend. $2,500 in sales. And I thought no one was going to come. 3 women showed up. 3.
Oh my gosh.
One woman bought $1,500. I had no idea. But that's the point. We don't know. We think we know and we don't know. So get yourself out of what you think you know about when people will and won't. Just extend the invitation with the kindness and with the intention of benefiting them, and then let it go. If I could do an entire training on invitation, an entire training, and love. My bracelet never comes off of me and it says love more. It never comes off of me. And I honestly believe if we just love more and we show people more love, they'll show up. They'll show up. All right. The last secret sauce to all of this is the follow-up. follow-up is hard because sometimes people didn't even RSVP. They didn't even acknowledge the fact that we invited them. They kind of blew us off. They ghosted us. They did all of those things that feel gross. It's still our job to do the follow-up. Hey, I didn't hear back from you. I know life is busy. However, I really do believe you can benefit from this. Would you be interested in hearing more? Question mark. Shut up. Don't say anything else. Stop over talking in your follow-ups because all it does is you're, and they're like, ugh, I'm not gonna read all that. Hey, I didn't hear back from you. Would you like to hear more about how this could benefit from you? Question mark. I actually learned this when I was doing all the Bella trims. I added 50 new customers in less than a month. I'm sorry, I added more than 50 customers. I added 50 subscribers. Whew. All of them were from a social media post. And my follow-up was, they had messaged, they said they were interested, they liked it, and they commented. And then I sent them, hey, I saw you commented. If I send you a video, would you watch it? I didn't send them the video until they said yes. Once they said yes, I sent them the video. And then I said, great, takes about 2 minutes. I'll follow up with you. And I just went through that cycle. So I made sure that I was getting some type of affirmation. When you're cycling through, I think it was 160 comments on that one post, and you guys can go back and copy and paste it and use it for sure. But my point is that once we start asking people for action, they start acting. If we give them, I know you're really busy. I know you got this going on. Oh, I saw that you're on vacation, all of this. You know, I think this can benefit you. Would you like to hear more? Question mark. That's the follow-up. Thank you for being on the Zoom the other night. I love seeing your face. Thank you for your questions. They made me more comfortable. You know, whatever it is that you can do to affirm them, whatever they did to elevate. Thank you for elevating the Zoom. Thank you for elevating the event. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my ride and die. Thank you for being a friendly face. You know, there are going to be those people that we get stressed out at the last minute, like, oh my gosh, no one's showing up. And you text them and you go, you got to get on this thing because I don't want to be embarrassed. And they show up. Right? That's okay too. That's okay too. So that follow-up is critical. And as you go through that follow-up, feel free to like screenshot it, send it to Melissa and I. If you're like, oh, what do I say here? They say they're already on a collagen. What do I say? Right? Those are the type of things will help you weed through. Or they say they tried Bella Grace. I'm like, from who? Like, you know, right? I'm like, because sometimes people are just like, oh, I just tell her I tried it. And they're like, no, you haven't, right? Like, maybe they have. I mean, you know, but so those are the two critical things, are the invitation and the follow-up. The presentation in the middle, we're going to help you with. But we are going to give you that outline. Obviously, everyone who's on this call has the ability to kick off their notes, but 2 things, make your list and book your date. Beyond that, everything else is learning and skill set development. Until you have a date, it's just fictitious, not even real, right? It's just, it's once again, it's a dream. But once you have a date booked, then you're like, all right, I got to get my stuff together because I have a date, I have an invitation list, and then it's green light, go. All right, that wraps it up. Melissa, is there anything I missed or any questions y'all have? We have like less than 10 minutes and I know y'all might want to have a potty break before we go to the next call.
It was excellent. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I love all the word choices, especially and just how, you know, it's brilliant. I do personally want to have my lunch and then I want to like just set it on my calendar to do it for sure at least once a month. If not even more often, you know, just because we're going to have people and just so you can keep that list running. If they do show up, you can check mark them. But if they don't, they're always, you know, can be moved to the next party. Hey, I know you didn't get a chance, but I'm doing it again.
Oh.
And I'd love for you to be my guest, you know, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary, this is, I don't know if it's a question, more of a comment. Is it okay? I guess it is a question to do like a combination, like maybe have a few friends in live in person, but then bring like Melissa that's in Houston and you, or I know somewhere up in the East, you know, virtually.
Yeah, I'll pop on a Zoom and you can put me on a computer screen like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
Yeah.
like do a combination, maybe. I don't know. Just
You can screen share me onto your TV. Like, like
that's what I'm
we
thinking about.
we
Yeah.
have an amazing amount of technology right now. Just tell me how big I'm going to be because I want to make sure we're making a point.
Yeah.
Am I on a computer or am I on a big screen? Because that's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes people, they're your friends and colleagues, but it's nice to have that upline support, that
Absolutely.
Yep,
You're
we've
not
we've
alone,
got many
and it
companies that way.
shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, many companies by streaming in like someone and they're right there because you guys, that's the United States, that's the world right now. We have the ability to be together no matter where we are. But yeah, that's
love
a
it.
good idea, Linda.
Okay.
Good call out. Really good call out. Diane, thank you for joining us wherever you are. If you're out flying the friendly skies, we hope you're safe. And I hope you take a lot away from this. Miss Dawn,
Diana and I are working on booking a local party because she's here locally. So we're going to be working on that in the next couple weeks and see if we can't get her launched in
awesome. Oh,
person.
one of the things I was going to share, if you do an in-person, please be prepared to sample them with the elixir.
Mhm.
I know a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, this is it. And there's one little gold box, but if it's in person, you want them to be able to try the product. Because otherwise it's kind of like, oh, well, there it is. But I know that virtually we do that. And obviously they don't taste it virtually, but in person, people will expect to try it.
Absolutely.
All right, Chiquitas, I'm going to roll.
And I spoke to Rochelle yesterday, I think it was, and she's definitely wants to do a launch also. And I know she's in Maryland or somewhere up there. So,
Yeah, she's over in Salisbury.
yeah.
So if you're
Salisbury.
in Washington, DC, she's on the east side and I'm on the west side.
Oh,
So
okay.
literally cross across to get to each other. I'm about a half hour west, she's about a half hour east.
Oh,
So in traffic, it could be 2 hours, but for the most part, it's probably an hour and 15. But yeah, we'll figure that out. By all means, we want to do a virtual, and if we can do a live, we'll do a live. I told Melissa, I'm always happy to hop in the car. Let's train them up on the 5-step. Let's get on a couple training calls with her beforehand and let's get her queued up so she's ready to go.
And if you guys want to book a strategy call with Mary, she's open.
Absolutely.
She's open to do that. So one-on-one, she's great at helping you figure out your why if you're not even sure what that is, and then how you're going to get there, right?
You all might have felt it, but I listen and I extract. I listen and I extract because I've had people do that for me before. And everyone's like, oh, I think I know, but I mean, I have an entire workshop I do just on why, just on finding your why. Finding my why was ridiculously hard for me, because I buried it under a lot of superficial things. Oh, I just want to earn enough so I can go out to dinner and get shoes, and not worry about tapping into my family budget. Well, why was that important to me? And then I answered that question. And then I answer, well, why was that important to you? And then it really got down into some stuff. And guys, we don't need to sit around like being raw and teary and cry all the time. Nobody wants to see that, but it does help us. Hi, baby. It does help us. It does help us to really keep ourselves going on the days when we feel like giving up. If we know what that thing is that's under the surface is keeping our engine rolling. She's on, tell her it's a movie star. I can't, is that a little girl, Melissa, or that's a little boy?
Oh, he's a little boy, Raymond.
Okay. I
This is
literally couldn't
Raymond.
tell if his hair was back in a ponytail or if he, now I,
You see yourself?
Ah.
Oh my gosh, he does not, and you can't see because my screen is blurred. The boxers are all in here now too. All right, thank you
All right.
so much. Mary.
Thank
Love
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Night, y'all. Love
ladies.
you.
I love you.
Love
We'll
you.
see you all later.